Excuse me, but can I just say how handsome you look today in that shirt? That's a wonderful shirt. Where did you get that shirt?
So, Robert Graham.
Is it really? Robert Graham.
He didn't give it to me personally, but yeah.
You got a thing about shirts, don't you, honey?
I like shirts. A nice shirt.
Tell me about your
I don't have
shirt.
any bad shirts.
Tell me
Something
about
might
your...
happen.
Something might. You and Eric had a shirt thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't that your thing in the Dominoes?
Well, everywhere we went, I mean, because we traveled light in those days, we didn't have a bunch of road crew. We didn't carry a big wardrobe. Everybody had one suitcase. And so every place we went, we always first stopped was to go shopping, for a nice shirt and some trousers or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember certain shirts that you guys bought?
Oh, yeah. Well, the one from Deborah and Claire, I mean, they were lovely. One of the shirts from Deborah and Claire is the shirt that had the birds on the front of it that he gave to Dwayne. Oh. He wore it one time. I tried to talk him out of it, and he wound up giving it to Dwayne.
Oh, so Eric bought that for himself?
Yeah, that was his shirt. And he gave it to Dwayne. He brought it to Miami with him, and he gave it to Dwayne. I wanted it.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about it.
It was good.
That was a beautiful shirt.
Yeah. When Dwayne was killed, somebody got a hold of that shirt and they cut it up in sections and sold it like it was the robe or something. They did. They cut the birds out of it. It was two birds here and birds on each arm. Yeah, they cut it up and sold it.
Man.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was some shirt, and it was sort of like you remember Dwayne when you see that shirt. It's like you put them two together, don't you?
Yeah. It immediately
really suited him.
Connected him to Eric. That's for sure. Outside of the plan,
Absolutely. So other shirts. Any other famous shirts from?
Oh, well, there's one that on the live. There's a photo that our only photo session we did.
Right.
Jim Gordon is wearing my leather shirt. Okay.
Is that the one with the tassels?
Yeah, it's got long tassels and bells hanging off of it. Mm-hmm. I got that shirt when I was with Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, and we played the Madison Square Gardens. We was opening up for Blind Faith, but I had some kind of jacket on, and we pulled up in front of Madison Square Gardens. It was cold, and there were icebergs on the sidewalk as big as this table.
Icebergs?
There were icebergs, big blocks of ice. So when it gets bigger than that, it's a berg to me. But yeah, man, it was snow and everything. It was like big icebergs on the street. And there was a dude.
Of ice. Yeah.
There was a dude and his girlfriend on the sidewalk in front of Madison Square Gardens, and he had the leather shirt on. Right. And I went, I gotta have that shirt. So I told him, I said, everybody got those hang tie here. Well, so the bus driver, we were just sitting there anyway. I jumped off the bus and went across the street. I told him, I said, I'll give you the coat I've got, my shirt off my back and my coat, and backstage passes and tickets to get in for that shirt. He peeled it off. I gave him my shirt and my coat and tickets and stuff. And then got back on. When I got back on the bus, everybody was applauding.
But you wore that. You wore that.
I wore it on
the back
Eric's
cover.
first album, back
the solo.
His first solo record. I'm wearing that, of course, front and center. I'm BW style always, and wearing it there. And then Jim Gordon's wearing it.
How in the world did Jim Gordon fit into that thing? He was so
barely, but he was the worst dresser in the world. And we were doing the only photo shoot that we ever did. That's Derek and the Dominos on there in the gardens, in there at Hurtwood Edge.
Right.
And Jim came dressed in something, I do not know what he had on, but it was bad, and that was the 70s, and to look bad in the 70s,
That's really hard.
But he was from LA, and he was like, Frank Zappa called him Skippy. You know, he was real clean cut, and you know, he would actually wear button-down collars with them buttoned and stuff like that, and just the wrong clothes. You know, he was a drummer, not a rock star. You know, that was it. And now he's trying to step into the limelight. I said, "Hey, man, hang tough. I got something for you. You know, you look bad." I went back in my room in Eric's house and got that leather shirt, and I said, "This will probably fit you because it's a little big for me."
Right.
And I put on a purple velvet and suit that I got at Granny's, had leather inserts, looked way cool. So anyway,
That's
I
fine.
dressed him for the photo shoot. Kind of halfway wished I hadn't, you know.
How was Carl? Did he get? I mean, all a guy really needs is a great
Carl
shirt.
always had a nice shirt.
Yeah.
That was it.
Nice shirts were a big thing for you guys.
They were easy.
So, I mean, there is another shirt that became kind of like well known, and that's the striped one.
Oh, the one
see
that goes,
Eric
yeah.
yeah.
When we were at the end of our tour, Eric came on my door. He said, "Hey man, can you loan me a shirt? I'm not running out of shirts to wear." And I said, "Sure." I said, "I had only one shirt, and it was a new striped shirt. Really cool, my kind of thing, you know."
Right.
And I said, "This is it." Handed it to him, and it turned out being one of the most famous shirts ever. You know, and
Eric,
it wound up. I got it back from him after the show. I got my shirt back, put it in the laundry, and we left. And it wound up in no telling where it is now.
No.
Somebody had something they didn't know what they had.
Well, so clothes was, I mean, it was a big deal
Absolutely.
back in those days. You had to look cool. But what about that belt buckle that you had that was so cool?
With the roses like this?
Yes.
Yeah, Keith Richards wound up with it. That's my buckle. Bobby Keys stole it from me.
I heard he's a bit of a.
I said this before he died. All right.
I heard he was a bit of a tea leaf.
He had. Well, I love Bobby Keys. He called me Bobby Whitlock all the time. He never either Bobby Whitlock or BW. "Hey, Bobby Whitlock, come here, man. Let me talk to you. So and so, so and so." "Well, good to see you, Bobby Whitlock." He always said that, and it wasn't offensive either. And
He was a
we
fun guy.
were great pals. And he moved over there right after I did to England. And Eric's the only somebody that ever called me Whitlock, and it wasn't demeaning. "Hey, Whitlock," you know. It's like,
Right.
It was.
But Bobby was a lot of fun. I know that you guys were close for a very long time.
Oh, Bobby Keys and I were close
And
for
there
a
was
long time.
one point where he couldn't remember who you were.
Oh yeah,
He
I
had
forgot all about that.
amnesia or
I went to see him in a place in Fort Worth, and I didn't know. I surprised him. He was playing with some band. Golly, the name of that band is right on the tip of my brain. The Satellite. No, it's the Georgia Satellites. That ain't right. Anyway, doesn't matter about that. The story is, when I went to see him at this place outside in Fort Worth, the Rooster or something like that, and I walked up to him, and he's sitting at the bar, and I went, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he turned around and he looked at me. He was completely puzzled. And I said, "You don't remember me?" And he went, I said, "After all we've been through and you don't remember me? I hadn't seen you in just a few years." He said, "No." Well, hell, I wasn't going to tell him if he couldn't remember me. Many times we throwed down and carried on like fools, but I let him go up on this play on the thing, and I could see him looking at me trying to figure it out, you know, while he was playing, and I wasn't saying nothing. Well, after the thing, I still wasn't giving it up, and I left. And, and then somehow or other, I was talking to Alan Parisa, the guy that managed Delaney and Bonnie and Friends in the beginning, and I told him the story about Bobby. I said, "You won't believe it. He didn't even know who the hell I was." Well, he said, "Oh, he had amnesia. He forgot everything. No. He had something happen to him, like he had some kind of stroke or breakdown or something. He didn't remember playing with me and the Stones. He didn't remember nothing. And I went, holy mackerel, I felt about that tall, you know. I went, wow. It's like I couldn't believe it.
Did it ever come back to him? Did his
Oh
memory come
yeah,
back?
yeah. Everything came back, and I saw him after all that,
And he remembered you.
throughout the years and everything. I went to see him in Memphis, the Stones. God damn, that was a loud band. I left. It was too loud for me. It hurt my ears.
Yeah.
But I saw him then. We were always good. We stayed in touch all the time. Even when he was getting ready to leave the scene.
Yeah.
I talked to him on the phone. He was in the hospital. I talked to him.
I
for a
know, I
while.
remember.
Yeah, yeah.
That was very sad. Sad to see him go.
He was ready. He did. He was. He said, "I got bigger fish to fry."
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
When he was dying.
Yeah, he was passing away, and he had some guy that was.
He was annoying, but he was funny.
Huh?
He was annoying, but he was funny.
Oh, I love Bobby Keys.
I know, you guys.
His mom, she was something else. I met her, and he was playing with the Stones and was staying at the this real
George
fancy
the
hotel.
Fifth.
Huh?
George the Fifth Hotel.
I'm telling you. And
George sunk.
everybody had a room there. I was staying there. Went to see the Stones at the Olympic Theater. But Bobby had invited me. He was always inviting me to come hang out. Well, he invited me to come down hanging out and when they did Exile.
Well, we'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll do it another time. But he had flown his mother over from Texas, from Lubbock. And she was coming down. Everybody, Mick, everybody, and Keith, me, we were all sitting at this big table in the lobby area, having drinks and stuff. And Bobby it was this barroom lobby. Right. Everybody's excited about meeting Bobby Keith's mom. Well,
That's cute.
the doors pop up in there like that, and here she come in her grand self. She had a shoestring strap real tight,
Spaghetti string.
Spaghetti string strap real tight above the knee thing. Beehive about 2 feet tall and blue, three-tiered graduating blue pop beads. She was awesome, man. Mick Jagger stood up and started applauding. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you could have picked her out of a crowd, no problem.
What did she say?
And tagged her as Bobby Keith's mom.
What did she say when she got in there?
Oh, she was grand, She was grand.
So she and Mick were hitting it off, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun being Bobby Keys anyway. We was always up to something. He was my best friend when I was in England, and
you guys got up to all.
we never got sideways at all. He owed me some money one time, and I just collected it in furniture. I did. Oh well.
All right.